What was it like to be a rookie in a locker room with the great Joe Montana in his prime?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't a student of football. I didn't know who the hell Joe Montana was as a rookie until I went down to a preseason game and I looked through that program and I saw someone with a long nose that kind of looked like him, and I started reading the pages and I'm going like, damn, I couldn't believe it because he joked around with me and played with me and I'm going like I'm nobody, and he just made me feel like I belonged from the beginning.
Are you serious? When you got drafted by the Niners, you had never heard of Joe Montana?
Ronnie Lott, Jerry Rice, I never knew none of those guys. We was in church all day, every Sunday, all day. So, and then we only had one TV, and my mom gonna look at what she want to look at. And you remember back in the day, it was only ABC and CBS. So if you wasn't one of those teams locally around, you didn't get to see teams from around.
That is amazing. So did you have any idea how good the Niners were, or did you go in completely blind?
Blind, like Stevie Wonder. I didn't.
Wow.
I had no idea.
Oh my gosh!
And,
wow.
And when I go down to the Hall of Fame, I see guys and I have no idea what's their name, what team they were on. So, I've been going down to meet with to set one day with two people, and then the next day with two people, and then the last day with two people to try to figure out the history of the NFL. And then, the stories they tell, man, oh my God, man, I love it. I think God put me in the Hall of Fame to learn and to enjoy it because I love storytelling.
Man, that is so interesting. That is such a great anecdote. Wow. Charles Haley joins us this morning here on CBS Sports Radio. So what do you think the great lesson is? What have you learned in this process of understanding the history of the game and talking to all these old players?
I realize the game has evolution, it changes a little bit. But, the key to every one of those guys being in the Hall of Fame, they had a certain level of violence they brought to the game, a certain level of excellence that they would not change or apologize for it. And I think that's the big thing, because that's what I asked them. What made you tick? What made you great? What are the little things that you did to propel you into the Hall of Fame? And those lessons that they teach me, I take it with me every day when I'm on my journey through life, when I'm trying to help others. I don't help others because I love them. I help because of compassion, and because compassion keeps your eyes open. And that's one of the things that they taught me. And the other thing is they taught me that the coaches and the people around me was planting a seed. And, I thought they were weed killers, but they were planting seeds to help me to grow. And I rejected a lot of it, but now I can sit back and say, thank you. And I get to go up to coaches and say, thank you, guys, for empowering me, to giving me a voice that I may use to become a great player.
Well, that's fascinating because you were always known as one of the toughest, meanest players on the field, and now you're talking about compassion. Did you always have a part of that from going to church, from your mom growing up, or was there a pretty dramatic change in your life when you started going down that road and feeling that?
Well, I've always had compassion, but I never showed it unless it was with my family or when I'm working with kids. I always thought that that was a sign of weakness, and people take advantage of weakness. I never wanted to show weakness, so I never really had friends because you show compassion or love. people take advantage of that, and I had to learn to trust people before I could even learn to have compassion. And at this point, I realized how much I love certain guys, but I could never let that out, or they gave it to me, but I never gave it back.
So who do you love from your former teammates?
Oh man, Pinocchio, Joe, Ronnie, Jerry Rice, Keena, Eric, Tony Tolbert, Russell, Troy, Michael. It list goes on and on. I learned to go back and not apologize, but tell them the actions that I did and how much I regret those actions, because I want to build relationships. I know how to build and cultivate relationships now. So it's important to me now that I tell these guys. Now, it's on them whether they forgive me or not. And I just tell them to watch my walk. Don't listen to my talk, but watch my walk, because actions speak louder than words.
So when you say, kind of make amends with these relationships, it's that you had a bunch of teammates in your life that tried to build a personal relationship or a friendship with you, and you kind of shut them out because you thought it might be a sign of weakness, and you've now gone back to them and been like, no, now I want that love. Now I want to reciprocate that relationship with you.
Correct. I can't tell people something that I'm not. And I want everybody, all the players, to learn from my mistakes. As I tell people, I like to learn from other people's mistakes, and because then it doesn't hurt me, but my mistakes always hurt, and so I just want guys to know that I was so engulfed in the game and setting a standard of excellence that I forgot that I was dealing with people, and those people had feelings. Me and feelings were never friends. So nobody cared about mine, so I didn't care about anybody else's. That's my mentality when I played. But I realized people did care.
What a great story. What a great lesson. Charles Haley, who carved out a Hall of Fame career with both the Cowboys and the Niners, 5 Super Bowl championships, joins us here on Sunday Morning Football. I think you're the only guy ever that is allowed to call Joe Montana Pinocchio Joe.
Hey, he called me bullet head. My head shaped like a bullet because I'm a big shot. Hey, so, we had everybody. This guy broke down the walls day one, and I never figured out, and I'm still trying to figure out why he did that. The other thing, Bill Walsh, he followed me my whole career, and he said, Charles, what do you want to do? I could tell him I want to be a bank teller. I could just walk into the bank, and they'll just say, how much money you want? And the job was there. 3 days before he died, he was still calling me, asking me, what can I do for you? And I never understood that type of love. And, it still overwhelms me when I look at it. I never understood Jerry Jones' love, man, that, he stood up for me. He told me that he had my back. I don't understand the York's love. They want me to be around, and they want me to be me. And, Eddie DeBarlo, I pushed myself away from so many people that was there to help me, that now I can be a part of that life with joy.
What a great turn of events, and what a great lesson here, and what a powerful message. Thanks so much, Charles. Hopefully we can speak again.
No problem, sir. Be blessed.